and welcome back. This is Amy from paperandspool.com. I wanted to show you guys, I found that thing. So I'm just going to flip back here to day number 9. So on day number 9, I had been talking about I had this little record that I had lost and could not find in all my supplies, and so I found it, I added it into the pocket, and it just totally completes this whole little faves spread for me. So that's what it ended up looking like, and I just wanted to share in my victory so that you guys would know I found it and it's now complete. So I'm gonna kind of flip back to where I was here. So this is where we came from. We came from day 10 being my Santa stories. I've got this divider page here. Now, sometimes what I've done on a divider page is I've added a little bit of something to it as I flip from one day to another. I don't have any idea like that for this one at the moment, but I'm going to keep it in mind because I think, well, we'll see. I might end up leaving this here. I might end up totally moving it. It has no ties to either one, day 10 or day 11, so it's very flexible. I can always move it later on, and I'm not too worried about that. So for now though, let me just dive into day 11. This is what I had down for day 11, a 4-pocket page with some journaling cards in the top and then a couple of pieces that I thought I would use. And I'm actually gonna scrap the whole thing because I had a different idea. And honestly, this, I know that some people get really stressed out by that idea, but I do really love foundation pages for helping to tell stories on a low day, but I also really love them when you can move them around or do something different with them. So what I did is I just printed off some kind of snapshots, photos of around the house, like some decorations, some extra photos from other days that just haven't really made it in here yet. So like me and Max at the tree lot, setting up our tree. And some of these photos don't look good printed out just on regular paper, but I find that the Instax format is so forgiving that almost anything looks good once you print it out. And I just have the old Instax Share printer. I can't remember what number it is, but it prints this size, not the square ones. My husband really wants the square one. I think that's on his Christmas list for sure. And then I've got a photo of our breakfast one day. Now, what I'm gonna do is I have here, I just cut them, they're transparency 3x4 pages, and then I put half of them vellum. So this is just like 3x2 vellum, and I'm going to do them in kind of different orientations so that they're not all the same. And I'm going to adhere my photos to them with red line tape. I find with the Instax, I almost always come back to the album later, no matter what I've used to adhere them, and they have fallen out because the backs are so slick, they just don't stay. So I'm gonna try red line tape on these and hope that that really holds. So I'm gonna start with this one here because this is where, oh no, that's gonna stay no problem. It's a little crooked, shoot. Got too excited about it. This is where I'm gonna put my day number 11. For day 11, I took one of the really old white 11. So you'll see I had the gold 11 down, but I'm actually going to switch to the white 11, and I took the vellum stickers from I don't know if they're vellum per se, but they're kind of see-through-y low tack stickers from this Crepe Paper Snowflake collection, and I just covered it in stars. I've tried stamping these numbers in the past, and I've just always been unhappy with the results when I try to stamp them because you make a small mistake and you can't fix it. So I saw somebody in the Facebook group had used stars on their number 8, and I thought I would do the same on my number 11 here. I'm so sorry, I forget your name. I'll have to see if I can search you up in the group and give you some credit here. So I'm going to add the 11 here on this photo, partially because all of my other photos were so, were full of people, and I didn't think that it was going to work great. Okay, now I am slightly afraid that I cut this too big because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it in. No, I think I'm going to be okay. So that's what it's going to look like once it's in, and I'm going to do 2 more here, and I'm going to do it like this so that there's kind of a blocking pattern for the clear. And this one is going to go here. And this one one. I put the tape on these before I started the video because that's really boring. Good. Okay, now I'm going to flip it over and see if I can match up what I was hoping to match up on this side. So on this side, I was thinking like that. Yeah, that'll work for me. Okay, so this one will go on here. Now comes the moment of truth. Can I line them up? And then it can slip inside. And I'm so sorry, I stickered them in advance because I've just been a little bit struggling with indecision when it comes to stickers this year. And it took me longer than I care to admit to choose the stickers that are on these today. And I just did that last night when the light is really no good for filming here. I am not fancy enough to have a set of lights in order to film at night, which is why I really only do videos in December, because otherwise most of my scrapbooking happens at night. And there we go. So this one, I am not going to include any journaling or writing. I am just going to include the little pieces with the little stickers and then like the gentle see-through effect there that's happening. So I'm really liking that look, something a little bit simpler for me. I've been going a little bit crafty on all of these, and so it's nice to have something that's just quick and easy to put in the album. I've actually had these Instax printed for days, and I've just been waiting for kind of a day when I didn't have a lot of other photos happening that I could slide them in. And so I'm very happy with how that turned out.